Creative Brain Candy by creators for creators.
Welcome to another episode of Simply Stogies Presents Cigars and Coffee. As always, or every other week at least, I am your host, Tim, and as you can tell, today is Christmas Day. So, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever it is that you celebrate, happy that. Anyway, I am going to go back in the Wayback Machine and hit up a CAO Brasilia. And I know that last time I did the CAO, I did the America, the Potomac, but I pronounced it incorrectly, and I've received infamous shit ever since. And that's okay. It's fun. At least I know people are watching, they're entertained, and they got a few good laughs. So that's what it's all about. Along with my CAO Brasilia, I'm going to be drinking coffee out of my favorite Simply Stogies coffee mug. I don't know why that's my favorite. Some more Burman coffee, but this is going to be the Peru FTO Lima Coffee Norte Top Lot. Now, I was talking to somebody the other day, and I just kind of didn't pay attention to what the different coffee's names and how it was named. So I'm going to do a little bit of research and figure it out. But it has something to do with the origin, the farm, the family, the subfamily, and stuff like that. So I'm going to do a little bit of research, try to figure that out. But anyway, I'm going to get this thing lit. Coffee is still very hot, but it's very sweet, very fruity. And I did a medium roast on this coffee, and I only did it yesterday. So I don't believe that it has had quite 24 hours of rest. It does have a little bit of acidity, but not much. It's not bothersome. It almost has a little hint of chocolate underneath that fruit, but it's very fruit forward, which is very interesting. This cigar, and I know some of you are going to ask, hey, Tim, why are you doing cigars like such as the CAO America and the CAO Brasilia? And the reality of it is because they're good cigars. CAO was one of the first companies that I got into when I started smoking cigars. And I was thinking to myself, man, it's been a while since I've had a Brasilia or an Italia. I definitely get some floral and some creaminess from the cigar in the first third here. And I have a feeling that that floral and that toast is really being complemented by the coffee, which the coffee is super fruity, almost a little too fruity for me, but it's good. The coffee, it's fruit, it's floral, it's very aromatic, it's different, and it's just that bean, right? I did a medium roast. I would have liked to have gone a little bit darker on the roast than what I did. I stopped very shortly after first crack of the beans. I would have loved to go a little bit darker, but I was out of coffee and I needed to roast coffee fast. So I figured get past that first crack, take it off, let it cool down, and then enjoy it. And it is good. It is good. Super, super fruity, like I said. Definitely, and I'm still in the first third. It's burning pretty slow. It's burning really straight. I am pleased about that. The first third is still very mild. It's not really doing a whole lot. I have a feeling that once we get into the second third, it's going to really pick up. We'll see. We're getting past that first inch there, and the cigar is really starting to pick up. I'm starting to get a little bit more of a wood or an earth, maybe even a little bit of nuttiness there, along with that spice, whether it be a baking spice, because it's not a very sharp, harsh spice. So that's why I'm saying baking spice. It's definitely starting to remind me of what the CAO Brasilia is all about. Actually, I was just looking at Oxford Cigars, and the price per box is ridiculously good, and that's even before you use the coupon code Simply Stogies. So you can buy a box or a 5-pack of the CAO Brasilia, but I would definitely give it a try. This Peru FTO Lima, it's very, very fruity. maybe a little bit of earth in there, but it's quite pleasant because it's definitely coffee, but it's not your typical coffee. It almost feels like they've done something to the coffee, to the bean. It almost tastes like a blend, like somebody blended it, but it's not. It is a single origin coffee bean. That ash is holding on pretty well for the first third. I think it looks like it's starting to give or have a little bit of gravity issue there. So I feel like this ash is probably going to fall off here in the near future. I'm going to go ahead and say that we are getting into the second third here. I think that's pretty fair. The burn has been damn near razor sharp. It definitely started out very mild, didn't really get a whole lot. And then obviously once the cigar was fully ignited, it definitely picked up, and it's changed a little bit. The only thing that I would say has been consistent so far is that spice, whether it be a baking spice or another form of spice. I'm going to say baking spice. It's changed. I've gotten a little bit of fruitiness. I've gotten a little bit of earthiness. And now I'm starting, butteriness or creaminess, I've gotten that. And now I'm starting to get that nut, the nuttiness of the cigar. So it's definitely changing, but that pepper or spice has definitely remained fairly consistent so far. But that's the first third. We'll see what the second third does for us. Getting real close to the end of the second third here, and really, again, that spice is there. It's just as good as it was once it kicked in, and I'm getting a little bit more floral note along with that butter or that toast that's covering my palate, and I really think that floral is being amplified by this coffee, which is delicious. It's very aromatic. I dig it. I would definitely get some more. Ooh, very interesting. So the coffee has cooled down a little bit, and it's now still the fruitiness, the floral is there, but now it's toning down, and I'm starting to get a little bit more of that chocolate from that coffee. Very interesting. Really like it at the temperature right now. Fresh out of the pot. It was hot. It was floral. It was fruity. A little bit of acidity. Now that it's cooled down a little bit, that acidity is gone. The sweetness has died down a little bit. The floral's still there, but that chocolatiness has picked up, which is very interesting. Going into the final third of this cigar, about ready to take the band off. The second third is very nicely blending right into the final third. It's still a very creamy smoke. It's still very easy to smoke. It hasn't built up anything on the back end. This cigar, I'm afraid I'm going to end up nubbing this cigar, the CAO Brazil GOL, because it really is so far not quite as I remember it. I remember it being a lot stronger, but again, this has age on it. But so far, this has been a very solid smoke. All right, it's that time of the episode to review the cigar and the coffee. So let's get right to it, starting with the cigar. First, this is a CAO Brazil GOL, G-O-L exclamation point. It is a Nicaraguan cigar with a Brazilian wrapper. This particular one has been in my humidor for several years. I don't really keep track of what I have in my humidors, or cooladors actually. I just know that I have a pretty decent stash to the point where it starts to get hard to find stuff when I'm looking for it. Anyway, as I said, throughout the cigar, that spice is definitely there. It started off the first, I don't know, maybe quarter inch. I was a little scared because I just wasn't getting anything from it, and I figured that's probably because of the age on this particular cigar. Once we got past that, it definitely picked up. I definitely got some floral, I got some nuttiness, I got some earth, and then finally I started to get that toastiness towards the end. The whole cigar, once it kind of got itself lit and burning, it definitely had that baking spice all the way through, which I really enjoyed. It wasn't overpowering, though it did get my nostrils for a few minutes there. This is supposed to be a full-bodied cigar, but I think just because of the age on the cigar, it's definitely more of a medium, for sure. Now, would I buy a box of these again? Maybe if I smoke 2 cigars a day or even 3 cigars a day, yeah, I would keep a box of these on hand because I think it's a great cigar for your, walking the dog, mowing your lawn, even out on the boat because of its price point. Looking at oxfordcigar.com with the 15% discount, you can definitely get this cigar for about $5 a stick, which is a great freaking price. So overall smoke time on this thing, and I'm not quite done, but I'm at 60 minutes right now. So I probably got about another 10 to 15 minutes of this. So let's just call it an hour and 15, an hour and 20 for the entire smoke. No issues on the backside as far as buildup or anything like that. No correction issues, no nothing. This is a great cigar at its price point. I would not buy a box right now. I would buy a 5-pack and keep a 5-pack in my humidor all the time just as a go-to stick, maybe during a football game because I want to pay more attention to the football game than the cigar, but still have a good cigar. This is solid. At one point in time, this received ratings of 91, and I did a little bit of reviewing, not a lot. I don't know how long ago it received a 91. I don't know if it would be a 91 just because in today's cigar market, there are so many great products. And not to say that this isn't great, but I'm going to give this a solid 88, and I almost want to give it an 89. So I'm going to say 88.9. Great value cigar for your money. Definitely, if you have not tried a Brasilia or any of the cigars from the CAO World Tour, definitely give it a shot. I don't think you're going to be disappointed. Now let's get on to this coffee. Another coffee from Burman Coffee Traders, not supported or not endorsed or anything like that. It's just that I like to roast coffee. That's the kick that I'm on right now. Burman is a great company. They have lots of choices or options on their website. And the prices are really good, although in today's economy, they are starting to creep up. So if you're interested in roasting your own coffee, get out there now and order some because the prices are going to go up. And it takes about 20, 25 minutes, I would say, to roast about a quarter pound of coffee. So yeah, this coffee, the Peru FTO Lima, and I did not get to do the research on how the naming convention of the coffees are. I will get to it and I'll let you know as soon as I know. This is a great single origin coffee. It's very floral with a little bit of acidity at a higher temperature. And then once the temperature of the coffee starts to come down to where it's a little bit more tolerable and very easy to sip, that fruitiness comes down a little bit. You get a little bit more floral, and then there's that chocolate undertone, maybe even a very slight hint of earthiness. It's a very good coffee. I'm going to try it real quick, just again. Oh, it smells good. And it tastes good too. Now, I can't put a single origin coffee into the 90s as much as I want to, because for a single origin, this is a great coffee. But I feel like the 90s need to be reserved for those coffees that are blended and curated and created by people such as Janus Coffee Roasters and many more. I feel that that's where the 90s need to be for the coffee. So this coffee being a single origin at a medium roast, it's going to be an 89 for me all day long. So there you have it. The cigar, the CAO Brasilia 88, the coffee, the Peru FTO 89. Great pairing. Pick yourself up some and enjoy. As always, go out to Oxford Cigar Company, type in the code Simply Stogies, all one word, to receive 15% off your order, anything on the website. And if you like what you see, hit the subscribe, smash the alert button, whatever the hell, you know what to do, because you know YouTube better than I do. Until next time, everybody, I am Tim from Simply Stogies Presents Cigars and Coffee. Stay smoky.